Stampers, this is Dawn from DawnStampingThoughts.net, and today we're going to play with a technique called bokeh. It's B-O-K-E-H, and it's pronounced like a bouquet of flowers. And it's actually a technique that's used in photography with lenses and filters. And the filters are usually in shapes, which you can see on my card here. I used the circles, but this is the one we're going to make today with the hearts. So there's also a bokeh technique with the filters using hearts, stars, trees, circles, all kinds of different shapes. So I just thought I would do something slightly different. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm using the Whisper White, and on my card I used the Soft Sky, and then this is the Perfect Plum cardstock, and this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then the Soft Sky is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then the Whisper White piece that we're going to do this technique on is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, so we're going to use 3 colors today, or actually 4, including the Whisper White craft ink, which is right here. And first color we're going to add to the Whisper White is the lightest color. So we're going to use the Soft Sky. And really there's no pattern that I'm following when I'm adding the ink. You could use the sponges, which I'm using here. You can also use the sponge daubers. You can use a brayer. And you can also use the watercolored paper with your aqua painter and just kind of brush on the re-inkers to make your background. But I'm going to use the sponges. I love our sponges. And I'm just going to randomly place the color onto the cardstock. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so one thing I want to add while we're adding this color is the more intense the color, the more vibrant your background will be. And let me show you here on my cards. So that's why I'm using 3 different colors. I'm using the Soft Sky, Perfect Plum, and then on this one I'm using the Elegant Eggplant. It just makes the images pop a little bit more. But you know what? Experiment with what works best for you. If you like a lighter shade and you don't like it so intense with the dark colors, you know, just try it and see. All right, so now we're going to use the Perfect Plum. Let me get these colors out of the way. Okay, so Perfect Plum is next. Okay, so then the last color we're going to add is the Elegant Eggplant. Okay, so these are my templates. These are the heart ones that we're going to use today on this card. But I also made one with the circles, which is what I used on this card. And I used the circle framelits, and I punched out the 3 sizes. And I spaced them apart. I don't know if you can see that. Because when you're sponging, I don't want it to leak over to the other circles. I just want to have a little bit of a space there to use my sponge or my dabber. And then this is the heart one. Now this one I used the little heart punch. Now there's a lot of hearts that you can choose from, like the heart framelits. That's the one I used, these 2 sizes right here. And then I also used the heart from the Itty Bitty Accent punch pack. And then I also used the Sweetheart punch. And then for this one, instead of using the window sheet, I used a piece of cardstock and I used the confetti hearts. Super cute. And then also there are the heart border punch. So you can also punch this out down here. But I will say that this one is a little bit tighter together. So if you want to put a border on there using the white, I mean, just be aware that they're really super close. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some hearts. We're going to use the Whisper White craft ink Mine looks a little dirty. And we're going to use this template. And like I said, I used the heart framelits for these two, and then I used the little heart from the Accent Punch Pack. So I'm just going to start adding the hearts. And at first, I'm going to do it just in a circular motion. And you'll see that it's a fairly light application. And that's really what you're looking for, because that's what the bokeh technique really is. It's just filtering lights that are blurry. And the lighter, and then there's going to be some darker. Now the trick to this technique using these window sheets, because the craft ink will stay wet for a long period of time, you want to definitely pick this up and then place it, because with these hearts still wet, you could smear that. So I'm just giving you a heads up. And then when you overlap it, it's really cute too. And then you might want to pounce. Now when I pounce on the window sheet, it's definitely going to make it darker. So you can see that there. Okay, so I'm going to make this connection here to this heart. Okay, and then I'm just going to maybe add another little heart here. And you're just randomly putting hearts all over. Some darker, some lighter. And definitely go off the page or the cardstock. And I feel like these fingers right here are holding this window sheet and the cardstock perfectly still, so it doesn't move. Okay, so let's add one here. So cute. I love this technique. It's really fun. And you'll get inky fingers, but that's alright. That's always fun too. Alright, so now I'm going to add a little small heart randomly all over. Some lighter, some darker. Okay, so now let's add the one that I had with the cardstock. So you're just going to randomly set that down, and you're just going to lightly tap that side of the dabber pretty much. And then it's going to come out. You see it? Isn't it cute? Okay, so that's pretty much it on how to do the technique, the bokeh technique. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. I'm going to show you on how the card looks totally different by what you layer. So here's the perfect plum with the soft sky as the base. Beautiful. Okay, so then here is, you definitely want to have this dry before you start adhering it down. So let that dry. Take a heat gun to it if you want to do it quickly. So then here it is with the soft sky, and then the perfect plum is the card base. Really pretty. Alright, so let me show you these other cards again. Let me show you what I did. Okay, so for the Best Day Ever, what I did is I stamped that on vellum cardstock, and then I embossed it, and that was from the Best Day Ever Sale-a-Bration stamp set. And then also, this was mentioned at the catalog premiere that this stamp right here would make a really great bokeh technique background because it's got the circles. You would just stamp full ink, which is the second generation stamping. So you would stamp this in Whisper White, stamp it, and then stamp off. So you just get that circle background again that we went with this one. And then I added the vellum cardstock with the little mini brads. Punched that out with oval framelits. Now this one here, these are the little hearts punched out with the window sheet. And then I know with me, I always try to find something that works with the vellum or the window sheet for adhering it down. And this is the best thing I came up with for right now. What I did is I took the transfer sheets, which these are what those look like, and then a window sheet. So I took one of these out. Now these are double-sided, so when you peel one side off, you're going to expose the adhesive. I'm not going to do that right now because it's kind of really hard to see this in the camera. But I went ahead already and did one. So you're just going to peel off one side of your transfer sheet, put the window sheet inside of or on top of that adhesive. So now your window sheet serves as the image, and it's already got adhesive on it. So like when I take this Sweetheart punch and I can punch that, then I can just peel that off of the window sheet. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, I see where it needs to come up. There we go. Okay. You can almost actually see that adhesive right onto the window sheet. So then what I did on this card is I went ahead and stamped the love on the soft sky, and then that love stamp is from Hello Life. So I just stamped that little swirly love, and then I just took this heart with the transfer sheet on it and I just placed that over it. And then you also notice that I punched out the 2 small hearts also and just added those on, and then added some basic rhinestones. So that's it. That's how I made those 2 cards. And then here's the one that we just made, and I'm going to decorate that a little bit later. Okay, thanks for stopping by. See you later. Bye.